Willi's has been a local ski shop chain since 1970. We opened up in 1970. There was a log cabin down the street here that was a gun shop before, and Willi and Linda Klein, my mom and dad, came to Pittsburgh from up in the mountains, and they opened a ski shop. Back then, 1970, there were no ski shops, right? Skiing was just really starting. There were no city stores to speak of. If you wanted ski gear, believe it or not, before that, you went to a hardware store. That's how most ski shops started. And you picked a toe binding and a heel binding. You had different parts, so you could have a Gatesay toe and a marker heel, whatever, and screws to mount them and that kind of stuff, believe it or not. So this is where we started in 1970. In 1974, we moved up here. So how did we even get to Pittsburgh? Right? Willi was an Austrian ski racer. And in those days, way back when, in the 50s and early 60s, when you retired from ski racing, you became a ski instructor, right? And one of Willi's best friends won the Olympics in downhill. And back in the old days, you didn't get, there were no Wheaties boxes, right? You got a ski school was kind of your thing. So this guy by the name of Egon Zimmerman married Penny Patu, and came over and started a ski school in, I believe it was Whaleback, New Hampshire.
Whaleback, yep.
Whaleback. Anyhow, they said, I don't know how to run a ski school, I'm a ski racer. So they called a bunch of their friends from Austria, and Willi was one of those guys. Willi was a ski racer, very, very successful, but he had gone to ski school. So he came over here, and Willi was always one of these guys that was traveling. He would be a painter in the summer, ski school in the wintertime. Whatever job there was, he would do. So he came over here and worked at the ski school. One day, he had a lesson. And Linda Klein, who was Linda Turcotte back then, was dating this guy, and instead of a hope chest, does anybody know what a hope chest is? Okay. You had a lot of hope if you got a hope chest, because there was supposed to be a ring. You had to have the box, then the ring, then the engagement. Well, I believe she got the hope chest, and she was waiting for the ring, and he got her skis. Right? And a ski lesson. And the story varies between my parents, how if she got the lesson or her friend got the lesson, but needless to say, that's how Willi and Linda met each other, right? After they got married in 1964, they moved to this area. Does anybody know where Indian Lake is? Okay, Shanksville. There was a ski area at Indian Lake. And Willi met this guy in New York City, and they wound up coming to Pittsburgh to be the ski school director. When they got there, the guy said, here's the keys to the snowcat, here's the keys to the snowmaking, here's everything, and this is your ski shop. The ski shop is literally the size of our history room that we have in the back. They sold the tickets out of there, it was the daycare, my mom did all that stuff, and Willi gave lessons out on the slopes. So, a couple years later, skiing starting to grow. In 1967, they moved to what is now Rustic Furniture?
Rustic Lodge, yeah.
Rustic Lodge at the bottom in Donegal. Does everybody know this building? Yeah. All right. Well, it used to be a Sinclair gas station. 2 bays, a waiting office, and then 2 bathrooms, right? Willi came along, they put a roof on it to make it look like an Austrian ski chalet. My mom's first office was the men's room. So, I'm going to tell you, if she's ever here, that men's bathroom better be clean. Right. That's what she checks. Right? She was doing the books back there, they put down a piece of plywood over the toilet and sink said, go for it, right? So, anyhow. So then, 1970, it was Willi's Ski House, and with a partnership that broke up in 1970. They moved down here to that log cabin that I mentioned, right? From there, we opened in 1970. Then we got a store in Monroeville. Okay, it used to be Danny's Donuts over there. That was store 2. So if any of you are reading or making transfers, you send it to store 1, store 3, store 5.
All
right?
the even numbers are gone.
All the even numbered stores were cursed. Anyhow, we, store 2 was, in Monroeville. You didn't know that? Okay, 2 locations. Well, we had, but it was always store 2.
Yeah.
Then we had store 3, which is Seven Springs in 1972. 72.
Yeah, 72.
So they opened a store, the main store 70, 71 was Monroeville 72. Herman, who ran the ski area up there, they had another ski shop up there. And Herman really wasn't wild about them because they had keggers and a lodge and they ran wild. And he said, okay, put it out for bid, and Willie and Linda made their bid, and they got the ski shop. Right? For the first 25 years, we never had a contract. Herman would walk in one year and go, looks good, same thing next year, I'll walk out. My dad was like, it was nerve-wracking. We never knew if we'd have the contract, right? Anyhow, eventually we did get a full-term contract, and now we have another 5-year extension at Seven Springs. So that we're there, what, 50?
To 2030.
Yeah, but we have,
Oh,
what, 54 years at Ski Bird Shop. Right?
Yeah.
Just short.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'll get into the Vail stuff in a little bit. Then we opened a store in Squirrel Hill. It was called Randy's Rackets. Okay, we bought it, opened it up. We were in tennis and bike back then. And that one was very short-lived because we got robbed quite a few times in Shadyside. My
With
mom
a machete.
with a machete, and you're like, give me all your cash. There you go.
Fries with that.
Then we opened the North Hills store, and from then on, we said, no more numbers. And we started the mall store, or ski warehouse, the Robinson, the RTC,
Right.
Robinson Town Center. So we started moving on to letters. Then at some point, Kirsten and I,
You forgot 5. Store 5.
store 5, I did mention.
Oh,
that.
did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine, yeah.
Yep.
Store 5, we opened. We've since moved in 1991 to the new location, which got burned down, which is now reopened. We go down all these things. Anyhow, then we opened a store in 2008 in Washington, D.C. And we ran that for,
4 years in it?
no, we lived through the one contract, so I think
Oh,
we were
yeah.
about 6 years
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, 6 years.
And then at a certain point, the traveling was too much. We were getting up to 8 locations and just a lot of different things moving around. So we pulled it back to the city stores in Pittsburgh, or the main stores in Pittsburgh. COVID comes along, and we don't have any more closeouts, so Ski Warehouse goes away. A bank comes along in Monroeville and says, we'd like to rent your property. You can't rent our property. You can't afford it. We need it. They said, how about this? And I said, I withdraw. I withdraw. And our biggest problem with it was if we were going to lose Fresh.
That's right.
I'm still waiting for my Monroeville score. You and me to the end, buddy. We're going to ride this. Anyhow, so all of a sudden we're back to 3 stores, but we have a much tighter family, and it's really, really worked out well for us. So that's the history of where we came from. A lot of different moving pieces, a lot of different stores. So that's who we are. Who we are now is, if you go in the ski industry, we have won, the Ski Shop of the Year, I think twice when they gave these awards. We were never off the Ski Magazine Gold list. We are pretty famous in the industry. We've won awards, especially for our employee programs and that kind of stuff. And we're involved in a buying group that has over 300 storefronts. So we know stores all around the United States. If you guys have people traveling somewhere and they need help and they need that, we have a phone and we've got connections to all these other shops, okay? That is who we are known as in the ski industry. I'll give you an example. My friend owns Sturtevant's at Sun Valley. He calls me, he says, I can't take it anymore. How many stores do you have? I said, why? He goes, I just looked at the rack that I need done, my to-do rack. I've got more Willi stickers in my to-do rack than I have have my stickers.
Right.
Right? The famous Willi's left and right stickers. And if you're out there somewhere, has anybody ever had them, somebody see your sticker and go, Pittsburgh? Right?
Or yodel at you.
Yodel at you. That's fun. Willi's. All right. Anyhow, so we're pretty well known for that. So why are we well known for that? Well, we go out of our way to make sure we have a giant selection. We have over 100 ski boots. I think 120 different goggles between lenses and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, it's a lot. We have over, 36 different brands of clothing?
Yep.
Right? Most ski shops, if anybody's worked out west, they just don't have the square footage or the variety. We carry over 13 different varieties of skis. So our motto is, we gotta have it all. Because if you go into a shop and they don't have what you want, you might go back once. But you're not going back a third or fourth time that they don't have what you want. Hey, that's a great store. So we have everything that has been asked for, and if we get a lot of requests for stuff, talk to your managers, talk to me, talk to Shearston. It's our goal to go out and get it. Plus, we love special orders. I know chaos with the shipping and receiving, but with all these other ski shops, somebody carries one of that in our buying group, and we can get it. We want to be the ones that facilitate that order. So we have all the stuff. Price. Price is the next thing. So you have to have selection, and then you have to have the right price. I want it all, but I want it at the right price. We have a guaranteed lower price system, okay? We will match any price for the same item, same size, and same year. A lot of times there's a ski instructor that puts a boot out there for 20 bucks because he got it for free. We don't match those, right? Okay. So we go out of our way to make sure that we have the right price. Even our preseason sales, Bill goes around and looks everywhere for prices. And we make sure, Bill and Ben, Shearston, that we are the lowest price out there. Okay, does that make sense? So we are very aggressive on pricing. But what really makes us different is you, and it's the experience, okay? And I can't teach you this because you already know most of it, but you have to have the confidence to go out and do that. I maintain, who's first year here? All right, who's in school? Okay, I guarantee you, where's Norm? This is the best job you'll ever have, right? I guarantee it, and here's why I say that, and everybody goes, yeah, you own the joint. That's easy for you to say, right? A lot of you are in school. You're going to go on to be lawyers, doctors, or other noble pursuits, right? But I can tell you, I only call those guys because I have to, right? All those guys call us because they want to. We are the relief valve for their vacations, for their history, for everything that they want to do. We get to talk about ski stuff all day long. They get to talk about plaque buildup, right? Or a torque that they're working on, right? They can't wait to get out on vacation, right? And if you've ever seen like a family come back from vacation, skiing's not easy, it's exhausting. Dad is on his last nerve, mom is just frazzled. So there has to be a reason they want to go do this, right? It's to enjoy the experience. And I can tell you this, where this may be the only place that millionaires are hanging on a 16-year-old's every last word, and they want not that, they want the whole package that he has. The ski sale goes something like this. Dude,
Right.
me and my friends are out there, this thing rips. Doesn't care what's in it, just wants that experience, right? And so how do we get there? I'm going to introduce you to one of my friends here. And just bear with the volume. All right, Bill's going to give me the yank here in a little bit.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Enjoy your breakfast this morning. Fine. Good morning.
Oh man, we got two people going.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, give me a good sweet good morning. Enjoy your breakfast. My name is have a nice day. Good morning. Good morning. And I am so happy to say good morning. Good morning. Good
kind of like what Mark does at our.
I was gonna say.
Okay, the reason I bring that up, that's called the happy greeter, right? All right, this guy was on this cruise line and he's like, I just, you can't walk past this person, right? And this guy was the HR director for West Point. He went down, he's like, I need to find the HR person. He knocked on the door and he goes, you're here about the greeter. He goes, yeah. He goes, everybody's here about the greeter. He goes, what is that? He goes, she's always like that. She's wired like that. I didn't have a video of Rachel, so I put this. Okay? Here's the thing. If you walk past it, I did a little bit of math. Okay, a cruise line usually has 2,800 people on there, right? And you walk past that person, and it took about a second or so. But you can't walk past that person without going, whoa! I gotta go get breakfast now. Give me some coffee, something. Right? She does it at lunch. They won't let her do it at dinner because nobody gets in to eat. Right? There you go. That person affects those people for less than 15 seconds for their entire trip all week. Right? But with a little bit of math, I found out she affects over 100,000 people a year directly. Do you think there's any time that if you saw that for lunch and dinner on a 5-day cruise, that you wouldn't mention it to your friends? Right? So, I don't want you to be necessarily like that. If you want to give it a shot, be awesome that way. But it's our goal to make those experiences that they remember, right? Hey, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can get you that snowboard, right? Or I can go out of this way. Or tips. Hey, if you're driving to the mountain to go skiing, wear a dry pair of socks. Take your dry ones with you so you stay warm. Those kind of things that you do is really important to me. And I can tell you a lot of tricks in listening to other people. But I can't make you guys go, yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to change their life. That's your job. We go out of our way for service, service, service. That's it. That's the whole shooting match. And I think that's what makes us different. A lot of other shops are rental shops or let's take care of you. They come in, their feet are cramping. We'll sit at the bench. We'll even give you a foot massage. Warm up your boots, throw them in the oven. Most resorts out west, you get charged for that, right? They say you're not getting my time for free, right? A lot of them are just rental shops. You don't like that? Here you go. Here's another one. What are we doing for lunch? We don't want to be like that, right? So our goal, my goal is we have all the products. We have the best selection. We have the right prices. But the service means everything to us and your managers. So I want to make sure that everybody's clear with that. If you have any problems, we're here to work with you, and we're going to get this clean. I can't thank you enough. I look forward to this every year for the new faces, the new personalities, and how much fun we're going to have. So anyhow, that's my presentation. I went long, but thank you guys very much, and you should watch that.